champion boxing in sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Jarrell Miller, I don't even know what to say about this guy anymore, man. It was one of my favorite fighters. But when you fail drug tests twice, for multiple substances, that's crazy, you know. These banned substances like cardarine and then Duraball, failing for 2, 3 things, man, on one drug test, that's crazy. So he's now looks to be getting back into fighting. He hasn't fought since 2018. So his pockets have been taken, talk about sanctions. Like it's like he's been sanctioned, not being able to fight, not being able to do certain things. He's been out there sparring and finding ways to earn a little money here and there, but he's been suffering. He's lost his house, lost his family, and a lot of that is his fault. It's his fault. He's got to look at himself, and you can't leave your mind behind, so I worry about him because I'm sure he's every day for the rest of his life, he's going to kick himself in the butt and see the direction that his life went, his family life went and everything else, losing his home. It didn't have to be like that. All because of, a mistake that was avoidable. But it looks to be throwing his name back out there in the mix because, he's sparring with Tyson Fury. And, when you look at that, you can say what you want about Tyson Fury and these other guys. There have been people who've been bringing Jarrell Miller into the camp to spar. And, you have to commend them because it takes a big person to overlook someone's misfortunes, especially the type of things that he was found guilty of, and give him a chance to go out there and make a little money and to keep his name out there in boxing. So, kudos to everyone who's helped him out. I know he's grateful. He's a bit brash and loud, but he's a guy who is humble and he understands what these people are doing, but putting their name on the line just to have him in their camp. So, good job to them. But I'm not so sure Jarrell Miller, with everything that he's gone through, I think, you want people to be themselves. You want people to kind of, what you see is what you get. But in a situation like his, you almost would expect him to turn it down a little bit. Come back out here, present yourself in a more receiving manner, but not just come out here and just start insulting AJ again and just acting like all the stuff that happened in the past didn't happen. Because they have mouths too. See, these guys choose to take the high road. They don't attack you. They don't try to kick you while you're down. Now you come back. I know you're trying to get a fight. AJ has mentioned he's not ruling out ever fighting you. He still would like to face you because there's some bad blood there. But Jarrell Miller, he's still out here calling AJ Applejacks. He's dissing Eddie Hearn now. And you can't fault Eddie Hearn for stepping away from Jarrell Miller. Because it's like Eddie Hearn said in an interview, AJ is my mate. Eddie Hearn has real good friendships. It's not just a business relationship. Friendships with AJ, with Bellew, with Brooke. These guys are all, they're not too far off in age. So it's different from having a Bob Arum as your promoter. He doesn't listen to no damn Drake. He's not on a boat dancing to Drake songs like Eddie Hearn is. So when that happened with AJ, with Jarrell Miller failed a drug test, Eddie Hearn took that personal. Like, you're trying to hurt my friend. So he doesn't want to mess with him. So now Jarrell Miller is saying that Usyk, because it was, rumored that he was still suffering from his torn bicep from the last fight with AJ, which we all know that's no longer an issue because Usyk has announced that he's back training and looking to fight around July. Usyk and AJ, the rematch. But Jarrell Miller is saying, I'm ready to get back in the ring. Let's run it back. And this is what Jarrell Miller is going to do. But his promoter, Dimitri Salita, is saying Jarrell Miller will be back fighting in July just to break a sweat, seeing how he feels, and then from there, he should be ready to fight AJ. Now, I just don't think he's going to get that fight anytime soon. Why would AJ, if he was to defeat Usyk, why would AJ fight Jarrell Miller and give him, the $5 million payday that he lost? I think Jarrell Miller is going to have to earn it. And, AJ may still go ahead and give him the business, but it may be some ridiculous 90%, 10% split. It may be something really, really, really foul. And worse than what Dillian White is getting against Tyson Fury. But when you're in a position like Jarrell Miller's in, you got to take it. And Eddie Hearn knows that. Anthony Joshua knows that. Take it or leave it. And I think AJ's going to come out there and just look to embarrass him, is what I think. But we'll see how Jarrell Miller looks. He is definitely coming back in July. Not sure who his opponent's going to be, but, he's all cleared in June to fight. In July right now they're saying they have a date and everything, and he'll be back. But again, don't have a fight announced. But with Jarrell Miller, let's just hope that when he does return, because all of his tests, his drug tests have to be clean. They've been testing him several times a year. I think it's actually every month he's getting tested, and it's unannounced. And I'm sure he's miserable as hell, because it's how much time he wants someone to come out there and watch you pull out your private parts and watch you pee in a cup. Your analysis is crazy. It's not like some place you go in for your analysis and the person gives you the cup and he doesn't want to look at you. You don't want him looking at he doesn't want to look at you. You don't want him looking at yourself. He turns ahead and you just do your thing. With these guys with Nevada drug testing, they're right there in your business, man. It's very uncomfortable, but it is what it is. And that's not something that I want to be doing. I wouldn't be. Could you imagine just being at home, sitting back, chilling with your girl or something, and then the doorbell rings, it's Vanna, and now you gotta go in there and these guys looking at you, it's just horrible. But the sacrifices he has to make to get his name back in the clear and get the fights he wants. So it is what it is. Either do that or get a lifetime ban from boxing, which he can't afford to do. But we'll see what's going on, man. Not sure they're gonna run it back anytime soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jarrell Miller was to talk his way back into a fight, especially coming out and looking good and having clean tests. Then I think AJ may say, you know what, I am going to give him the business. Because remember, Jarrell Miller almost put holes in his chest when he shoved him. That's how hard he shoved AJ. And I'm sure AJ wants to get his hands on him. He didn't get a chance to, but AJ hasn't, he puts on a good face, but AJ is a mean person and he's spiteful. And you do something to him that he doesn't like, he wants to do it back to you. There's a saying that we had, I used to hear all the time growing up about if someone scar you, you have to scar them back. You know what I'm saying? So you push me, I got to do something back, twice, 3 times worse to you. And I think that's what AJ feels like. This man shoved me, disrespect my who I am, my family. I just can't let that go, and I think he would seize the opportunity to put his hands back on him. I think Eddie Hearn would feel differently because he doesn't want to give him a payday, but I think Joshua would push for it if he wanted it, and then we would see that, and that fight would sell. That fight would sell that fight would do millions of buys, I believe. I believe that's easily a $1 million pay-per-view sell if the two of them were to come back and fight, and Jarrell Miller could keep his urine samples clean. But anyway, don't count on these guys fighting. Looks like that's something that Jarrell Miller's calling for, but I doubt that's going to happen. Usyk looks like he's in good health, good standing, and ready to get busy. But that being said, more to come on Jarrell Miller. He is fighting in July. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Shout out to all the veterans, and as always, I'm in the breeze.